Right, FC Heidenheim, Frank Schmidt, he's the boss. He's been there for what? He was a player, and now he's managed, and I think he's been there for 704 games. That clap that in. Well done, Frank Schmidt. Now, this was a routine away win. Our prediction, by the way, and I'll have to close that sucker down. I'll have to close that window down. Our prediction going into this game was it was going to be a 3-1 away win. Now, that was coming off the back of Thomas Muller's last ever game in the Champions League. Even though they drew on the night, technically they didn't lose, did they? Munich against Inter. You might have to edit that one out. Do you know what? We probably won't, because we're against the clock. And I tell you who was up against the clock yesterday, who took the piss out of the clock, was Preston North End. Yes, Paul Higginbottom, take a good damn hard look at yourself. All that fucking time wasted in the first half, and you didn't know where to throw the ball into, and your keeper wasn't sure which channel to kick it in. Came back to haunt you in the end, didn't it? Because you got a yellow card, as did your assistant manager. I love the hats, by the way, that Gentry Day, where you make a glowing tribute to your fans that have fallen. But fucking hell, hats off to you giving us 3 points for those 2 penalties. So yeah, there's a lesson in time wasting, because it bites you in the arse. No disrespect to Preston fans. There is a scarf over there. I've been to Preston quite a few times this season, 2004, 2005, to watch Arsenal, to watch Preston games. Yeah, a lot of respect. Deepdale, the Invincibles, only the second team in the world to count themselves Invincibles. Absolutely. But that time wasting was fucking disgusting. It caught you out in the end, didn't it? Anyway, right, back to this. Let's not get all the hate. I say that because we are I always forget where to point. There we go. Look, where's it gone? Not AC Milan. There we go. Look. We are proud Hull City season ticket holders. One more game to go at home. It's against Derby this weekend in a puncture, a 6-pointer. Because Hull won, thanks to Preston's 2 penalties that they conceded. But everybody else down there won as well, except Cardiff. Sorry, Taftman 10. Go follow him on Twitch. Cardiff, yeah, you were winning, but you bottled it and you drew 1-1. That's despite bringing in Aaron Ramsey, to try and lift your spirits and motivate you and keep you up. It didn't work, did it? Because with 2 games to go, we're all still fighting for our lives. Anyway, no more time wasting, please, Paul Higginbottom and Preston, because it will catch you out in the end. That's karma. That is karma. Good right back, though. Forget his name, but he was quite tasty. So that was our prediction for Heidenheim Munich. This could be a live stream, because all the structure's gone out of the window. Cliche belt already. Right. Back to the Bundesliga. So it was routine, wasn't it? Effectively, you've probably seen the highlights. I can quickly talk you through the goals. We could look at the lineups. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? We should probably start there, because that's what other content creators would do. There's your lineups. I'm not going to call it out because you can see it on the screen. But the interesting changes, we're going through changes. I believe that was Ozzy Osbourne. Interested at the back for Munich. Konrad Laimer still stuck there at right back. How influential was he, though, in this game? We'll come on to that, because everybody shits on Konrad Laimer. Anybody whose name is Konrad, and if you spell it with a K, clap that mother chucker in. The change at the back. Out went Min-Jae Kim. In came Josip Stanisic was moved into the middle to partner Eric Dyer. Mr. Guerrero, when he came into left back. Pavasic, that's beautiful. I mean, again, we're not even Bayern Munich fans, but it's beautiful to see someone that seems to be plagued with illness. Not just injuries, not just bumps and bruises and niggles, but like a deep line injury. It's brilliant to see him back. He is literally a star for the future, not just for Germany, but just for all of football's future. Yes, the whole of the future of football hangs on the health of Alexander Pavlovich. Brilliant to see Kingsley Coman back, and Serge Gnabry, according to this lineup, and I suppose it was technically true, was playing up on the left alongside Harry Kane. Harry Kane to us in that football manager parlance as a deep line forward. I assume that Gnabry would be an inside right, but you've already got a left side, but you've already got one of them in Coman, so what do I fucking know? Anyway, most of my saves don't go anywhere. That's not true. We're doing quite well with Werder Bremen. Rocky start in the dressing room. Every fucker hated me from the first meeting because I was convinced that we could finish in the top half of the table, but they didn't like it. And just on a slight side note, because we're good at doing that on this channel, who's in that squad? If any Werder Bremen fans are watching this, this might haunt you because you let this one go, didn't you? Nick Voldemort, or Voldemort from Harry Potter, not Harry Kane. That'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? Harry Kane and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's usually Harry Kane and the Trophy Bottler, isn't it? But not this year. It looks like it's coming home. We're all over the place today. It was a long weekend. Right, back to the football. Yeah, Gnabry playing as a slight, I'd say what, wide-ish target. He's not a target, man. He's playing up front with Harry Kane. He's playing off him. And fucking hell, what a game he had. And what a game he had in the Classica. Gnabry, as everyone keeps telling me, people like Liam and Zia and the other lad that's a Juve fan who swears a lot, but that's okay because it's a sign of a strong vocabulary. They're all saying this is Gnabry. Peak Gnabry, innit? It's what the kids say as well, innit? He's peak. He's peak, brother. He's peak. He's peak, brother. He's peak Gnabry of 2020 COVID. Hopefully didn't catch it. But no signs of that, though, is there, really? Because Gnabry, he's literally playing like a disco funk brother, isn't he? Fucking hell, he had a great game. That's the lineup. Heidenheim. Yeah, as it was. Young Franz Kratzik, by the way, on loan from Bayern Munich. Was Paul Wanner was on the bench. He did come on, look. He did come on. He's another one for the future, but not like the saviour of football that is Alexander Pavlovich. We're going to have to get his shirt with his name on the back. And that was the result. Again, you've probably seen the goals, the highlights. Konrad Laimer, by the way, everyone keeps shitting on him. Again, Konrad, anyone called Konrad, especially Konrad with a K, he was involved in the build-up to that goal. Elise will get the assist. And again, we spent some time on the weekend with some Crystal Palace fans who didn't seem to know who fucking Joel Ward was, though. And that's a side note, and that'll be a link to the stickers that we're opening on stream. If you can see all these stickers, he didn't know who Joel Ward was, and that was like, come on, man. So if anyone's out there that's a Palace fan, tell me in as many words as you want, or as little as words possible. Tell me about Joel Ward, because we keep unpacking him on the stickers and we've got no idea who this guy is. Anyway, back to the football. So, Michael Elise, if only he had a right foot, fucking hell, he'd be the top scorer in Europe and Bayern Munich would still be in the Champions League. Anyway, Konrad Laimer was involved in an assist for that opening goal. As you'll see, you watch the pattern of play that it comes from Elise to Laimer, back to Elise, he slits that ball further on to Harry Kane. On his left foot, looks up, turns, shoots, bottom corner. Clap that in. Now, I know it was Heidenheim, but what do we say on this channel? And Zia always agrees with me, as does Pot on the Shades. You can only play with what's in front of you. You can only beat the team that you're up against. Whether that is St. Pauli, whether that is... Well, he didn't beat Bochum, did they? But you know what I mean. But, like, whether it is St. Pauli... Whether it's Augsburg, whether it's Heidenheim, you can only play and turn up and play against the team that turns up. And actually, it didn't feel like Heidenheim did turn up, did they? Because they were 2-0 down within 20 minutes. And who scored that goal? Konrad Laimer. Yeah? Konrad Laimer with a brilliant goal. I believe that assist came from Gnabry. Yeah, it did, yeah. What a run, by the way, from Laimer, because what is he? He's a natural midfielder. He's inverted. He looked across, saw that Gnabry was on the ball, made the run. It wasn't offside. Runs through on goal. God, he could have sat down, tucked a napkin in his shirt, opened a can. Oh, we did that on the weekend, didn't we? We were asking what... if you invited Thomas Frank round for a drink, what would he be drinking? I'm still waiting for a reply from Brentford FC on that one. Not sure we'll get it, considering that my clip was titled Thomas Frank, Raging Alcoholic. Because I made the point that it depends on which time of day he turns up, what he's drinking. Unless he's a raging alcoholic, that was the punchline, which I came up with off my dome, to quote Goldie Looking Shade. Anyway, Laimer runs through. He had time to sit down, put a camping table out, a little stool, tuck a napkin in to keep his shit nice and clean, pop open a drink, have a little bite of a sausage, and then put it past Kevin Muller for 2-0. 2-0 became 3-0. The first half was just boss, won it by Bayern. Kingsley Coman scored from a very acute angle. In fact, as a former goalkeeper, he had no right to score from that angle. Now, the commentator, I'm not quite sure who that was. Wasn't Ian Dark. It was somebody younger. He made the defence for Kevin Muller that the summer's in his eyes, in which case, wear a Bruce Grobbelaar cap. You know, they've got caps in the club shop. You know, or borrow it off a ball boy or boy girl. It's a very inclusive channel. And talking of inclusivity, you are welcome to join our Discord. The link is in the description. 3 rules. No politics, no religion, and you laugh. Please laugh with us, not at us. Come on, it's a fucking harsh world out there. Sorry, pointing out that world because that's the front window. It's harsh out there. Bills, more bills. The cost of living's going up all the time. We're using football as an escape mechanism. Don't tax the fuck out of it, and don't beat each other up. Be nice to each other because it's harsh out there. So that's the 3rd rule. If you're gonna laugh, don't laugh at us. Laugh with us. Anyway, Kingsley Coman was laughing, wasn't he? As was the rest of the team. He shouldn't have scored from that angle. It was too tight. Kevin Muller should really have saved it. Again, if the summer's in your eyes, go and fucking buy a cat, mate. And just on a related note, Amrabat, yeah, ex-Manchester United, playing on the left wing for Hull City. Well, left of midfield, very tight to the touchline. Amrabat, fucking hell, like, clap that in, right? Play with the match, like... Play with the match on the bank holiday, on public holiday, in that win against Preston. Oh my God, though. Their right back was like just constantly trying to rip his shirt off. I said to Nigel, it's not his real name, next to me, for safety reasons, we'll call him Nigel. I said, look, if I was Amrabat, I'd have turned to that defender and gone, look, you got 2 choices, mate. You either take this one off me or fucking get one in the club shop. Which way is it going to be? But if you touch it one more time, I'm going to megs you, I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm going to make everyone laugh at you. And do you know what? He did. Clap it in again. Amrabat at 38 years of age, still playing, I'd say, at the elite level. It's the Championship and Hull down at the bottom. But he was making the younger lads, including that Icelandic, is he Icelandic, number 22? Not Good Johnson. It's going to be something good son, isn't it? Because he's from that part of the world. He was pretty tasty, as was the right back. But yeah, Amrabat at 38, bossing that midfield. And if I was him, as a joke at the end of it, I'd have gone off and give that right back my shirt. Back to this game. Talking about shirts off your back. Joshua Kimmich with the 4th goal. Again, he had time to look up and pick his spot and place it into the bottom corner. That was in a crowded scene. I believe it was Kingsley Coman that was involved in setting that goal. He was stuck in the weeds in that sort of left corner flag position in the John Voight arena. It's not John Voight, is it? He was an actor, and a very iconic actor of both the screen, and the stage. They played the character in Mission Impossible films. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. In that first one, spoiler! In that very first Mission Impossible film where they rip the head masks off and all that latex reveals like the other character. Anyway, that's how I remember John Voight. It wasn't the John Voight arena, it's the Voight arena, but it looked like John Voight, and I was trying to make it funny. And a bit unlike Sully in that movie, my comment didn't really land, did it? Didn't land in the Hudson. No, probably landed on the airport, on the tarmac. So all 250 passengers got home safely. With PTSD, but they got home in the end. And what got home in the end for Munich, apart from the travelling fans, 3 points. Which, according to our maths, puts them 2 wins away from stealing the salad bowl, the old Meisterschale, the title, the Bundesliga title. 2 more wins, and that title's Munich's. And why are we in that position? Why are we in that position? I'll tell you why we're in that position. St. Pauli. That's why we're in that position.